the Tabor Boy, built Amsterdam, 1914. North Sea pilot schooner, 92 feet. Hull construction is iron. Currently owned and operated as a sail training vessel by Tabor Academy, Marion, Massachusetts. So this is from Amsterdam. This is 112 years old. Pretty dope. I'm not gonna climb to the top of the Empire State Building. I don't believe in renewing your vows. I think it's done. Oh, cool. Thank you. Imagine crossing the Atlantic in that. I'd be scared as shit. It's not very deep. I mean, compared to this, the waves, like, that would be scary. That would be pretty scary for me. And then you don't have, like, quick maneuverability either, because you're, like, depending on sails, not engines. But oh, hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Sarah Martin, I'm the captain.
Nice to meet you. My name is Mac.
Nice to meet you.
I'm live streaming, so I'm a live
amazing.
journalist. Yeah, so are we able to come and check it out?
Yeah, absolutely. We love already stepped aboard.
Awesome.
Crew's still kind of preparing for open ships, so you'll see them in action.
You're gonna go out?
No. We're going to have guests on
open
board
ship.
as of
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I'll let you step on board here.
Oh, cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Please walk us down.
Nice.
On the walkway down there.
The plank. So how long have you been the captain of this ship?
I've been with the program for 3 years.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Nice.
There's 2 of us partner captains in the boat, and the rest of our crew are high school students at Tabor Academy. Izzy Conowitz right here is our student executive officer. She just graduated from Tabor.
Oh, nice.
And so she runs the boat for us essentially like a chief mate would on one of these other vessels.
Oh, nice.
Or a first officer or an executive officer. So
Very good. And it said you're out of Massachusetts?
Marion, Massachusetts,
Oh,
South Coast near New Bedford.
Nice. How long has it been in that area, this ship?
1954.
Oh,
It was
wow.
donated to the school in the early 50s.
wow.
Tabor's had a long tradition of having traditionally rigged sailing vessels at the school starting in 1918, just 4 years after this boat was built in the Netherlands. She spent the first part of her life as a pilot schooner over there in the pilot service, was in and out of various different things during the World Wars, was briefly a yacht, and then was donated to Tabor in the early 50s. So she's been there 72 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
What does SSV stand for?
Sailing School Vessel. So it's a designation specifically within the U.S. Coast Guard inspected vessels that acknowledges that every one of the people on board, whether they just stepped on board today or whether they've been in the industry for 30 years, is a crew member on board. They're involved in the emergency response, they're involved in all of the handling of the vessel, and their training in that capacity.
Oh, nice. So everybody can step in at any point.
Yeah. So there are no passengers, only crew.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I was just on the French ship over here, and I saw their kitchen. Do you have a kitchen on this one?
We do. Would you like to see it?
Yeah,
come on down.
It's so cozy. Do you have a full-time chef, or do they rotate in?
During our summer season, we have a full-time chef.
Okay.
During the school year, because we're based in a boarding school,
Oh, sorry. I have alerts too. Let me turn that down.
the dining hall at school really supports us with a lot of stuff, and then the students rotate through cooking on board our trips during the
This is a nice area.
No worries. Yeah, this is what we call our deck house. So this structure wouldn't have been original to the boat. It was put on in the 50s when she was a yacht. Not this exact structure, but a structure here. And it's an incredible living and learning space. We have it set up so that it can be a classroom, so that it can be a dining room. It's really the heart
Looks
of the
comfy, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Disco
also
booth.
where we do our navigation and ship's business, things like that. Ship's log. We keep a 24-hour log of everything that's going on. Watch your step down here.
I would imagine part of the training is learning how to chart without modern technology, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So we still do use paper charts, even though they've been phased out in a lot of the industry.
Yeah.
You'll be able to stand upright.
I got to
just
take the
barely.
hat off. I'm going to drip sweat probably. There we go. Okay, that's better.
There you go. Down here, but do watch your head on the deck beams.
Okay,
but one of the
cool.
courses Tabor offers actually is what's called celestial navigation. So the students can learn how to navigate by the stars, by the sun, and all of those things, in addition to the modern GPS, radar, all that kind of technology.
Wow, that's cool.
We can peer into the galley,
sure.
the ship's kitchen.
This is a pretty nice size kitchen, actually.
Our cook is working on lunch at the moment.
Looks like egg salad.
Something to do with hard-boiled eggs for sure. But yeah, so
Nice.
Propane stove. What's on the other side of the stairwell here is our refrigeration system. So it's a
it's like
small, but a
wraps
walk-in
around.
refrigerator. Exactly.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And this is another, sort of living and eating space down here. We call this the main salon.
Nice. This is very spacious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this flips up like a little table.
Yeah. So
Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah.
So these are sort of like ongoing snacks. Things like that.
You're always
Nice.
hungry on the boat.
Yeah. Nice. That is cool. And these are the living quarters.
Yeah, so we've
Wow.
got 4 bunks in here. There's more bunks, 6 more bunks back out.
They're really cozy.
And then on the other side of the galley, which we won't pass through, there's more bunks and spaces up there.
Wow, that's cool.
So.
Very neat. All right. Are these the original bed bunkhouses?
No.
Okay.
So in her service is a pilot schooner. So nowadays, when foreign ships take pilots, if they're coming into the port of New York and New Jersey, that pilot's going to go out to them in a powerboat, on the day that they're going out to the vessel. But previous to that, pilots who are local captains with a lot of local knowledge would be on a pilot schooner like this that would hold station offshore.
Okay.
So here in New York and New Jersey, that would be, outside of the lower bay, there'd be a pilot schooner hove to out there waiting for large foreign vessels to come in, or for them to come out of the port to disembark their pilot. And the pilots would just live on the schooner, waiting to take boats in and out of the harbor.
Interesting.
And so, there were pilot schooners all over the world, and this one was built for the Amsterdam Pilot Service. If you see any of the footage of us in the parades of sail, we have a big number 2 on our mainsail. It makes us really distinctive. She was pilot schooner number 2 in the Amsterdam Pilot Service, and so we still build our mainsails with that 2 in honor of that history.
Nice. Cool. I guess we can go back up. What is this event?
That's the mainmast.
Oh, it goes through the whole.
It goes all the way down
got
to
it.
the keel of the
Okay, wow. Is this steel?
Steel.
Okay.
Yep, she's a steel boat. She's right at the turning point. For a long time, we thought she was iron. Up on deck, if you look around, you'll see there are still some areas that are riveted, put together, with that technology for constructing boats. And for a long time, we thought that she was actually iron riveted. Alyssa, not one of the other boats here in the parade, is also iron, so is Pioneer down at South Street Seaport. But one of the previous captains did some materials testing on the boat and determined that no, she's actually steel. She's right at that turning point between when they were doing iron and when they were doing steel.
Is there an advantage? Is it weight or something?
Steel's a lot easier to manipulate.
Oh, okay.
And it's a lot stronger in a lot more context. Iron can be brittle. So steel just has a lot more flexibility because it's an alloy. You can really adapt it depending on what metals you're alloying with each other to the circumstances. So like stainless steel is different to carbon steel for different purposes.
Right. Okay. Nice.
But so the boat's steel, the master steel, and original. If you walk around the boat, you'll see where those rivets are. All that's original steel. Anywhere where you see a weld line, that's going to be a repair. Repair.
Because they weren't welding back then.
They weren't welding.
It was just
back
all
then.
rivets, right?
Yeah. They could you could weld with various blacksmithing techniques, but not the modern stick and arc welding that we think of today.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing that they were able to be watertight back then.
Yeah.
That just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Have you ever, or what's the furthest you've gone? Like, have you gone across the Atlantic in this personally?
I've not been across the Atlantic in this, but a bunch of our crew, with my partner captain, recently took the boat to and from Bermuda earlier this month.
Okay.
Yeah, so the boat's actually spent a lot of time in Bermuda. There's connections to Tabor Academy there. She's also been down to the Caribbean any number of times. And in the 1990s, she actually went all the way down to the Panama Canal and through the Panama Canal. There was a student at Tabor whose family worked with the Canal Authority. And so with that connection, they were able to do this incredible once-in-a-lifetime trip.
When you take a trip like that, do you kind of hug the coast or do you go out?
I mean, it depends on where you're going.
Okay.
So if we're going to Bermuda, there's no coast to hug. It's in the middle of the Atlantic. You gotta go.
Okay.
And often, especially if you're going down to the Caribbean for, say, a winter down there, Bermuda's actually a good stopping place on the way. Most of the Caribbean is actually a lot further east than the east coast of the U.S. So you can hug the coast, but you're kind of taking the long way around. Whereas if you go south to Bermuda, south to Puerto Rico, it's a pretty straight shot from there.
I'm asking because I'm scared of going out of the boat.
For something like a Panama Canal trip, I think they made a multi-leg stage of it. So they did. I'd have to look back in the records exactly where they went. But down to the Caribbean, crossing the Caribbean, through the canal, back through the canal, and then back up home again.
Have you been on this boat during a pretty bad storm?
I have not been on board during like a hugely horrible storm. You may have seen some of the coverage of
the other day.
What rolled through the other day.
Yeah. Were you out on?
We were out anchored at Gravesend with a lot of the other vessels of our size, and it was what we would call sporty. The wind gusted up to about 56 knots. Which is considerable. As wind speed builds, it's not linear; it's exponential in terms of the force that it has on us. So, and where we were anchored, because it's right outside the Verrazano Narrows, there's a lot of current in that area.
Yeah.
So one of the things the vessels were dealing with out there was pointing into the current versus pointing into the wind. Ideally, you want to point into the wind, but when the current is putting you sideways to the wind, it can lean you over and things like that. So, a bunch of us were sort of dealing with that out there. It sounds like the big Class A vessels had a much worse time of it over in Sandy Hook. But it was 45 minutes at most of weather like
Do you
that.
move the rudder?
Yeah, so you move the rudder to help you
Okay.
point yourself up into the wind. We actually also fired up our engine to help give us a little bit more point up into the wind.
Okay.
We ended up resetting our anchor, so the anchor is what was holding us to the bottom, and wanted to make sure we had more space between us and the other vessels.
Did it break away, or do you intentionally?
We intentionally reset it.
Yeah, I saw some videos from another ship, and it looked pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean,
it almost looked fake.
With all the heat that there has been the past couple days, and the humidity as well, that builds a lot of energy in the atmosphere that then turns into thunderstorms.
Yeah.
And so those thunderstorms, because it's been so hot, have packed a lot of punch.
Nice.
So,
and how long will you be here at port?
We're going to leave the morning of July 7th. So
Tuesday.
2 days from now.
Nice. Okay, cool. Thank you. Appreciate
So
that.
this vessel will be open for tours from 2 to 4 this afternoon. 12 to 2 this afternoon.
Okay.
And then from 3 to 5 we'll have a private Tabor event on board.
Oh, okay.
And then tomorrow my crew are going to get a chance to visit a lot of the other vessels.
Nice. Thank you for talking with us.
No problem.
And that's Captain Sara of the SSV Tabor Boy.
Yes.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, maybe I'll go take a look upstairs.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. We can send you away with one of these.
Oh,
if you
cool.
like.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, we got a little sticker. Very cool. Oh, shoot. There you go. All right. Oh, there we go. 6'5", struggling on a boat. All right. We made it. All right.
Yeah, in New York City.
All right.
That's all.
I'm going for that one.
And we got these holes down here. So, what is the main point of these?
Light down below.
Oh, light. Okay.
Yeah.
Obvious.
Yeah, so as you walk around on some other vessels, these are what are called deck lights.
Yeah.
Port lights are in the side of, a vessel or a deck house. Well, you'll see some other boats have what are called deck prisms.
Okay.
That are, instead of a plane of glass, they look like an inverted pyramid, and they actually scatter the light down the
wow.
So they can be much smaller and end up sending a lot of light.
Now, on the French boat, they had some up here that opened. Is that just for ventilation?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe yelling out, bring me.
We have port lights on our deck house here that open on the side.
Oh,
And
okay.
these ones down low, because anything that opens is a chance for flooding.
Yeah.
To come in there.
Yeah.
None of the rest of them open.
Okay. Wow. This is wild. And these are the like floaty tent kind.
Yeah.
Nice.
So these are what are called life rafts. So I like to. They're like a floating bouncy castle.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah. Exactly.
They have a CO2 canister in there that will inflate them if we deploy them, and then it's a much more safe and much more visible space for a crew in the event that we had to abandon ship.
So you have to lift this up, set it on the edge, toss it, and then it's like a pull open.
Exactly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there is also an automatic way that this will deploy.
Oh, and that's
if
like
the
a-
vessel were to sink.
Like a glow stick or something?
No, this is actually the information for the raft.
Oh, okay.
But
Nice.
these also have kits in them that have signal flares, all that kind of.
Any energy bars?
Yes. Yeah.
There is?
They're not tasty energy
Oh,
bars.
nice. That's
They're-
good.
They're ship's rations. They taste like shortbread that doesn't have any sugar in it.
Oh,
but it's
okay.
meant to be especially calorie and fat dense.
Oh, nice.
Because if you're on, if you're going to be in a raft for any amount of time at sea, You want to maximize that kind of nutrition.
Nice. Cool. Awesome. Very cool. I'm gonna walk around and check. You got life vests. Here's the. So do you always drive from here, or is there other
Nope,
areas?
This is the
main
station
okay.
right here. And so, you know, it's a drive shaft down through that pedestal there, and then into a little bit of hydraulic gear.
Is it okay if I walk around this way?
Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome to.
Wow,
and
that's a
from
really
there,
cool steering
that
wheel.
goes right down to the rudder. Down.
That is really neat.
Ship's compass right in front, so that the person steering can steer by a compass course.
Yeah, it's very feels very original back here. There's a little bit of technology, but
this structure would not have been original.
Oh,
to
okay.
The boat. It was probably added again mid-century.
like maybe it lifted up.
Yeah.
Is the wheel original or?
I don't know.
Okay.
We have some pictures of boats like this from the 19-teens. We cannot say for certain if any of the pictures we know of are exactly this boat, but it's very difficult in those pictures. They're from sort of ahead, and you can't really see detail of the wheel.
But
this
it's
is very much
it's the same from when you got it.
absolutely.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So it's at least 70 plus years old. Oh, neat.
And very
really
much the same
nice.
kind of design and technology you would have found in the teens as well.
Yeah. And is this teak wood or?
A lot of it's mahogany.
Mahogany,
The deck is
okay.
teak.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because teak is a great no finish wood
Okay.
type for decks and things like that.
Yeah, I love the lacquered, smooth, like just raw sort of look. It's great. Very cool. Any secret facts or anything like that? I'll make it off of this. Any secret facts or anything like that that aren't well known or?
Secret facts. What a good question. The boat is so somebody came alongside us yesterday and said, "Oh, it looks like the Albatross." I don't know if you've seen the movie White Squall.
Yeah.
Which is about high schoolers in the '60s on a boat very similar to this scale. Albatross was actually also a European pilot schooner that was refitted for sail training mid-century, and like Albatross, Tabor Boy used to have yards on her foremast, like some of these other boats, like Lynx, certainly like the square riggers. And there, but for the grace of God, went this boat the way of the Albatross, like lost in that weather event. One of the things, in the excitement and the advent of mass sail training in mid-century, the idea that having squares and sending boys, it was all boys at that point, sending the boys up there, to do all of that kind of stuff, like that was the character building thing. But it was all done without accounting for the stability of these vessels. The more weight you put aloft, the more unstable the vessel becomes. So it's easier for a vessel like that to get what's called knocked down. The captain who took over the boat in the late 1980s, which is actually when she became a sailing school vessel, that's when that designation was coming into the U.S. fleet, made the decision to take off the yards and return the boat to her original pilot schooner rig. So she had what's called a Marconi main, which is a triangular mainsail. Now she has what's called a gaff-rigged main. There's another spar at the top of the main, which makes it a trapezoid, which just gives you a little more sail area there.
Was there a purpose for the yard?
It was because yards were fun, and yards are cool, and then you can send the boys aloft to do things on the yard. Yards, square sails like that, they're referred to because they're square to the keel of the boat, as opposed to because their shape is square. Help you run downwind. And so like all of these big Class A vessels, they have those sails for running downwind, but then they also have sails that run fore and aft along the length of the vessel for sailing closer to the wind. A schooner like this is pretty adaptable. We can sail quite close to the wind because all of our sails are fore and aft, but we can also sheet those sails way out to run downwind.
Oh, that's awesome. So how long have you been sailing?
I've been sailing for 21 years professionally.
And what got you into it?
I was a student on a boat like this when I was in college.
Nice.
So I spent a little bit of time on a traditionally rigged vessel, and I absolutely loved it. And when I graduated from undergraduate, I thought, well, I'll just go do that for a couple of years. That'll be my fun job before I get a real job. And 21 years later, it is my real job. So Yeah.
Great. Well, it sounds like you know a lot about sailing. So.
Well, and I come
this
from
boat.
a family of
Yeah.
educators. I've always
Yeah.
wanted to be in education. So for me, the sailing is a wonderful thing, but it's also a means to the end of giving our students an experience of real leadership, real engagement with things that have immediate consequences. You know, you can't fake it on the boat. If
Yeah.
you don't know something and
That's
you
true.
try to, you know, muddle your way through it,
Yeah.
the ocean's going to tell you pretty quickly
Yeah.
that you can't.
And there's
can't fake it with
a
that.
lot of ways to mess up on
Yeah,
a boat,
and
especially with this many pieces that you have to actually account for.
A lot of ways to adapt and to grow.
Yeah.
I think that's what's super incredible. We can have, you know, this is a pretty specific story, but where we moor back home in Marion, we're not alongside a dock like we are here. We're actually on a mooring, which is like a fixed anchor.
Okay.
And earlier this spring, we were having trouble with the anchor ball, which marks the mooring when we're not on it, was getting tangled around and twisted in ways that were pretty annoying every time we tried to pick it up. We're trying to figure out, okay, if we rig it this way, will that be better? If we rig it this other way, will that be better? And one of our students, a first year, who'd been on the boat for maybe 6 weeks at that point, said, I don't know if this is a silly idea, but what if we just put it on a big shackle and it can just slide up and down with the tide? And we all looked at him and said, that is the most elegant, simple, brilliant solution. Good job, Jack
Yeah.
Hims. Way to go. Go find us a giant shackle. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
So these students
awesome.
are exposed to the opportunity to learn something so complex that once they get that framework, they can just continue to fill it out and
Yeah.
plug more things in and adapt and be creative. And it's really wonderful.
That
to
is
see.
a good way to think of it.
And for me, I've worked on any number of educational programs, including I've worked on Schooner Lynx and Schooner Bowdoin, who are right over there. Schooner Bowdoin, a little bit of this experience, but because students are at Tabor for 4 years, a lot of other boats, they're coming for, you know, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 2 months at a time. It's an intensive program where they're just doing that. They're totally focused on it. They're loving it or they're hating it, depending. But that's their whole world, being on
Yeah.
the boat. Our students are at school. They're on the boat in the afternoons. Maybe they're on the boat for the weekend, but in between times they're writing a history paper, or they're calling their grandmother on their birthday, or they're worried about going to their dentist appointment. It's a boarding school,
Yeah.
and so they're doing all those things as well. And so having that multiple year relationship with them, and also watching them integrate their lives in all these different ways,
Yeah.
and you know, take on real adult leadership and responsibility, it's just extraordinary. And I'm so I feel so blessed
that's
to have
awesome.
that privilege as an educator to see them grow.
And do all the captains know each other? Is this a pretty tight-knit sort of community?
A lot of the captains, especially in the U.S. fleet,
Yeah.
know each other.
Okay.
There's only so many traditionally rigged boats. Many of us have worked on many of them. I've sailed in Harvey Gamage, who's right next to us, Lynx boat, and several of the other vessels that are in various other ports here at the event. And when as people come up through the industry, not everybody pursues it all the way to captain.
Yeah.
So by the time you get, up to the point that you're a captain on one of these boats, it's very few and far between the people that you don't at least know tangentially.
Is there any competition? Do you ever race or anything like that?
Yeah, we definitely do race
Okay.
in different ways. Tall ship racing is relatively chill compared to other things, but there's a couple of fun different races. Every year in Gloucester, Massachusetts, the Great Gloucester Schooner Festival is a wonderful race over Labor Day weekend. Great Chesapeake Bay Schooner Race happens every fall.
Nice.
And then there's also interacting with the sort of the pleasure and the yacht world.
Sure.
Where we are in Marion, Massachusetts, every other year they run the Marion to Bermuda race.
Okay.
In which, we and Spirit of Bermuda, who's another tall ship, will often participate. But it's also a lot of, private boats and smaller boats. Some of the Navy offshore racing teams engage in that. So it's great to have those cross connections between communities.
Very cool.
And there is a joke that anytime two schooners are inside of each other, that's a race. You always want to be showing
they're so
off
slow,
a little
or-
bit for the other
Okay,
folks.
nice. Maybe I'll do a lap around the bow, and then
Absolutely.
thank you so much for
Yeah,
talking
no,
with us. Again,
thank you for-
Sarah, captain of the
Schooner
Tabor Boy. Tabor Boy. Schooner Tabor Boy.
Yeah.
Cool. What does Tabor mean?
So Tabor is the name of the academy, and
Okay.
Elizabeth Tabor was the founder.
Okay. I'm thinking caber, like a caber toss?
Oh, yeah. No, Tabor, like the...
Okay. Nice. Awesome. Cool. I'll do a little lap.
Absolutely.
That was very educational. Behind you, sorry. I'm just gonna squeeze by here. Sorry. And then check it out. It's cool. So they just buddy up next to each other. And this is the front. Down into their cabin there. It's a little ladder. Pretty awesome. And so you can see it's just the straight masts now.
Which is a design particular to these pilot schooners. We can definitely see that in the historic photos of them. It's actually a mast design that the Coast Guard would not allow us to build today, but because they work so well, they are grandfathered in.
Are they not doing a fresh water?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
And do you have a bell on board?
Right there.
Are we allowed to ring it?
Yeah, we can ring it. Folks, I'm gonna ring the bell. Be not alarmed. So if you pull that clapper.
Just pull it?
Yep. There you go.
That's a loud one.
Yeah.
It's louder than the French one.
Yeah, we use that bell when we're coming onto the anchor.
Okay.
Or we're coming into our mooring. Back there, I don't know if you can see the wheel from here. You're taller than me, but probably you can't see it either. Which means
No.
from the wheel, I can't see up here.
Oh, right,
So
right.
my students up here who are running the evolution to get us back onto the mooring,
okay.
as soon as we're secure, they ring that bell
Okay.
once nice and sharp, and I know that we're home.
That means we're good.
That means
okay.
we're good.
Are you on radios too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Nice. I watch Below Deck a lot. So.
Oh, yeah.
So I know everything about boats.
Lots of radios. It's a slightly different world to us.
Yeah,
Radios
for
are
sure,
similar.
for sure.
Okay.
Cool. Well, thank you so much. I'm gonna go maybe check some
absolutely.
other boats out.
Is there anywhere we should look
Oh,
for?
yeah. Let me give you my card.
Please.
So
Amazing.
I'm on multiple platforms, so
Cool.
you could the
Give you mine as
video itself is probably best viewed on YouTube
Perfect.
later
Great.
because it drops from other places. But YouTube, it'll be up there forever. And I might take this piece and just cut it to be just the tour of the Tabor.
Absolutely.
You know, so
Yeah.
you can keep an eye out for that too.
Great. No,
So
we'll look for it for sure.
cool. Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you for getting me on. What was your name?
Absolutely. Trey.
Trey.
Alumni.
Mac. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Trey was on
All
the
right.
voyage with us here.
Awesome. Are you a captain also of another boat?
I am not.
Oh, okay.
I
Just
work in television.
oh,
I'm just an alumni
nice.
at the school. I went in 90.
Oh, cool.
89 to 93, and
Nice.
back to relive my youth.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you so much.
Imagine
Oh, do you have to let me out?
yeah, I'll just.
Okay.
You wouldn't mind doing the crew on this side, that'd be great.
Sure.
That was about, I didn't see the bell at first. All right, and that was the the SSV Tabor Boy schooner. Thank you so much.
Yeah, student sailing vessel.
Student sailing vessel. Awesome. Excuse us. All right. Dude, we got a private tour? That was amazing. I didn't see the bell. I was looking around for it. That's why I was like, is there a bell? Because I would love to ring the bell.